Welcome back, welcome back. Today is a special episode. Happy Chinese New Year. 恭喜发财. I know everyone is probably busy with their reunion dinner, so there won't be much people coming online, but it's okay because anyway the live videos will be recorded and then you all can see the video after. Hey, some of the thoughts we want to share today. First thing is a very big thank you to our fans. 感谢我们的粉丝. We are having a very good year in 2023 and we hope that it will continue on into the other years as well. But having said that, we are not Superman. I always say that we try to make renovation easy. Hold on, let me adjust the fan. Okay. Our mission and vision is to make renovation easy, but at the same time we are not perfect. Even though we try our best, or sometimes we still make mistakes, and our fans have been very kind and also understanding. So even though some of the small mistakes we made, we still rectify, and after that our fans are all very happy and houses hand over in peace. Okay, so one of the reasons we come online today is also an interview that I had 2 days back, and also a few months back also have. What happened in the recent years is that there are a lot of businesses that failed or collapsed, or people got retrenched. The economy is not 100% perfect. Hey, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Or the economy is not 100% perfect. The recent interviews that I had touched my heartstrings. I wanted to have a chance to share. The person that I interviewed that day was very similar to myself. That means he had a business before, renovation business. Had a renovation business before, and then what happened was that he has done about 10 years of renovation, renovated about 500 houses. So that is a very similar story to myself. His age is younger than me by a bit only. Then in recent years, he didn't manage to collect payment from one of the main cons, and then he collapsed. His business collapsed. So now he's looking for a job, and I happened to interview him. It's actually very hard for a business owner to go through ups and downs of a business, then finally close shop and then go out to interview for a job. He's from our neighbor country, from Malaysia, but his English is not very good. So the position that he wanted to have was one that commands a good level of English, which is our interior designer assistant position, because he will have to speak to customer, he'll have to assist me, which most of our conversation, even though our customers in Singapore, some of you are Chinese, but we also have a lot that are non-Chinese. So English speaking in Singapore is actually quite necessary. So experience wise, he has no problem. He has done more than 500 renovations in his career. But because of the English element, I can't hire him, you see. So after hearing his story, I don't want to give him the 棒头一击, or I don't want to give him a whack in his head, because it's very hard for someone to fail business, come out, interview and try to get a job. If he has been truthful, it will be his 3rd interview in the month already, which will also not be successful for coming to us also. So how do I try to cushion the blow for him is that, looking at his expertise, looking at where he is standing, I offer him opportunity to, or rather I push him into the finding a job in the project management department, because project managers don't have to command a very good English capability. Project managers are the ones that take the drawings and our instructions, homeowner's instructions, which is converted into drawings, to go onto the job site and go give instructions to our workers, subcontractors, and sometimes also deal with homeowner at the job site, depending on what kind of situation we have. But in that kind of situation, you can go away with very minimal English because some of the workers also come from Malaysia. Like for example, your aircon contractors, most of them are either Malaysian, Bangladeshi. So if you are able to speak simple English and know where to run the piping, you can get away with that in your line of work, because it's not really considered a front-facing what's that called, position. So give him a cushion flow, let him know cushion 4, let him know where to go on, and I give him so-called access to me, which is if he ever needs my advice or he wants to just chit-chat to someone, come over and just text us. Why I want to give him that opportunity or that corridor to feedback, to talk to someone, is because looking at where he was, which is business collapse, just collapsed, having 4 kids, he probably would have gone through what we went through. Because okay, I share a bit of our backstory also. Before I started this Reno Scout, before we had this now a very successful renovation business, we had other businesses before, and our life was never, or rather businesses can never be smooth sailing all the way lah. We had our ups and downs. I also had the opportunity or chance to witness the collapse of our previous business as well. So when businesses don't do well, sometimes you really feel like giving up as well. But I look back, for me I got 3 kids, for him he got 4. So we both had a heart-to-heart talk for a while, which was outside of the interview, right? Because by the way, he long time ago, after listening to his English, he really failed the interview lah. The rest was all chit-chat already. So some of the words he said was that he also had gone through the dark period of his life, also thought of giving up, but he looked back. Same like for me, when I look back, I see that there are children behind us, and we have to make sure that we don't give up lah. Because end of the day, it's not easy. In Chinese I will say, 人生有起起落落啊，没有一个人是一帆风顺的。But end of the day， 我们看到后面有孩子我们会不忍心，会想要继续下去，然后继续撑下去。It's not that simple because for someone who has been 高高在上或者是我们讲的是一人之下万人之上because he has been a boss before so he has been in the position of authority and power. It is not easy for someone to lower down himself and come for interview. Then I don't want to give him a very harsh failure or harsh failed interview. So give him a cushion for, tell him to start looking for project management roles, and give him the opportunity to come back and find us or talk to us when he needs. End of the day, not so simple. What I want to share with you all today, this kind of things is that imagine one house renovation. There is already about 300 details, and most of the time homeowners, when you manage or not just manage, as in you go through one house renovation, you feel that there's a lot of stress and there is very difficult. But for us, we go through about 100 projects a year, sometimes more. So there are a lot of times a homeowner look at our running of so many projects and they'll have this saying and say, how do you all do it? 你们是怎么做得到的? How do you all manage so many and so much at the same time all together? Okay, we have our own system. Mainly is a team effort, and also each project will have about 300 details. If you run 10 projects a month, there will be 3,000 details. It's impossible for the human brain to remember so many things. So we need to use the aid of technology to remember things using the computer, using 3D modeling. But having said that, it is not an easy job. This year we are very, very tired because right before Chinese New Year, we are also busy with our shifting of the new factory. Right after Chinese New Year, hi Angel, yeah, happy Chinese New Year. So the rest of the team are resting already. We do this Facebook Live really is rush out a bit of time because right after the Facebook Live, I have to go and have my reunion dinner. Then after that, actually the next 3-4 days will all be very busy. And okay, let's continue back on our just now we say we're very busy this year. We have been occupied with a lot of projects because right up before Chinese New Year, you need to hand over a lot of projects, and then from there, we also had our own factory that we were rushing out. Towards the last week, we already finished most of the handovers. So the last week was usually for the last week before Chinese New Year, previous year, we didn't have this shifting in progress. We would have clean up our factory, wind down a bit. In fact, maybe last day we will go back early, have a nice dinner together. But this year, we were pushed all the way. We pushed until about, I remember the time we step out of the new factory was around, hold on, I go and turn the advertisement off. Okay, they managed to get the whole ad played out. So free advertisement for the... Okay, never put the ad block. Okay, so previous year we had chance to take a break closer to the end of the year. This year we didn't because of the shifting in progress. Then the last 2 weeks I also had very little videos. Mainly it's because the new factory area, the Wi-Fi is not set up yet, and the 4G and in fact 5G is very weak there. In the basement is totally non-existent. So without the Wi-Fi setup, we won't be able to broadcast any live videos there. So right now, we are at the stage of office almost ready. My office will be stuck because we focus on the team office first. So I'll be using the team's office to share the space first. My office is not finished yet. Also because my office has a lot of carpentry. So the rest of the team members will have their areas all set up after Chinese New Year. It will be around 10 days after Chinese New Year. That means we will start moving over. Then the factory area, the level 1 factory area, will also be starting up right after Chinese New Year. The showroom and the so-called meeting areas for the customers won't be ready so early. It will take at least a month plus. That means it will be end of March before we can actually start receiving customers there. Because main thing is that there is very complicated design elements and also a lot of different cabinets to showcase and share with homeowner. Like for example, it used to be quite difficult to explain a special L-shaped wardrobe. So with the special L-shaped wardrobe being built, I most likely will have it in the meeting room. If it's built in the living room, in the meeting room, I can easily just open and share with you all and show you all how to set up the special L-shaped wardrobe. What kind of hinges required, what kind of hardware, how to lay out the internal of the wardrobe. It's easier to explain with something in person, in real life, rather than using modeling or paper drawings. So just now, before we say we're very tired, very busy, we come back to the we come back to our job. This job that we have right now, or rather that Renault Scout has, is, or my role, I would say my role, because every team member has their own role, and every team member will manage a different aspect of the project. Like for example, our factory manager now manages the wood cutting aspect, the cabinet making aspect. Our project managers manage the projects together with me, and all this is each person or each layer would have its own stress level. For me, because I'm sitting on the very top, I often mention this as that it's like I'm riding on the back of the lion or dragon, in this case that we're having the Year of the Dragon. One wrong move and the dragon or the tiger will turn behind and bite you. From outside, it looks very 威风, it looks very very nice. That means it's like, wow, this person are flying on a dragon or riding the dragon and commanding the whole show and stuff like that. But it really isn't all it seems, because to manage a SME with so many different characters, and at the same time with so many levels and layers of projects to deal with, it is stressful. And I have come across the situations where sometimes things pop out and homeowner want to contact me through the phone. My attitude or my tonality on the phone was not very nice. So this is something that we need to apologize for, but at the same time I seek your understanding, because like for example, sometimes homeowners say, Chris, can I have a quick call with you? I want to discuss something with you, some changes with you. But that point of time, I may be at another job site handling another issue, another problem. So my mind is preoccupied with where I am, right? Because my time was catered for that. Then that sudden phone call comes in. I know a lot of my team members say that, why don't you just ignore and then let it miss call, or just don't call back, just ignore them. But I think ignoring doesn't solve anything. When homeowner has advice that is sick, we should be able to reply. So maybe it's just quite hard, when sometimes when a team we reflect on our mistakes, right? We tend to see things in retrospect. It's very easy to say that you should have done this, you should have done that, you should not have said this, you should not have said that. But 在当下真的不容易。So end of the day, I'm not saying who's right, who's wrong. It's just that maybe we all need to give each other a bit of a space. Then if really don't have the time or chance, time isn't right, we shouldn't pick up the call. And then we will just reply and say that we will call you back at a later date. Though cannot be that same day already, because let's say if the person comes in at very late, 6 p.m, that kind of timing, and then if you don't have the chance to reply them, then have to wait for the next day already. But sometimes even then, even your best thoughts are like telling them that it's not a good opportunity to speak to us right now. People may feel offended because it's like, hey, I already engage you, you are my designer, you are my advisor, how come I can't get you immediately? So I see your understanding, because it's not that we don't reply you, sometimes it's very hard. Like for example, if I'm face to face with another homeowner, at their job site discussing items with them. Suddenly a phone call comes in, is directed for me. I cannot step away and ignore my current customer and then serve the phone call. So there have also been situations where it's a sales call. That means it is a new customer, so we can't say that we don't pick up, you see, because the number can be anything. The number that calls to my number can be a urgent matter that needs decision. For example, maybe a delivery of the vinyl. Vinyl usually will be delivered one day before the job actually starts. So if the number is something that I don't recognize, I will still have to pick up, right, and answer the phone, and I'll tell them like where to put and stuff like that. Okay, we will have new team members coming into the team. It will release a bit of the stress level from us, but there is, I'm actually going through a few things in my head. Maybe I can pass my number to the new guy, but the new guy, if he's not pro enough, you pass to him, if he makes things worse, he don't know how to answer, then how? So actually, we have been talking about this, the whole team, that my number needs to be passed to someone that can manage and then got the time to reply to customer to prevent this kind of problems. But at the same time, a lot of times homeowners, they want to speak directly to the person in charge or the person who is most senior, so that we can get the most correct advice. So it's also very tough lor. I cannot be uncontactable also ma. Hopefully this year we sort things out. End of the day, we need more manpower, definitely. I've been saying this for many years already. In fact, if you read some of my reviews, even the customer also know that we work very hard, but the matter of the fact is that we need more people lor. Because if we got more people, then to spread the load, it will be easier for everyone and make sure that we can handle all the customers and serve the customers all to the best of our ability. So hopefully that failed business interviewee, he gets a job soon. And if our business grows to the stage whereby we can bring him in as a project manager, that will be good. Because I told him, you know what, maybe in 3-4 months or 5 months, we re-evaluate our situation then, and if our project is enough, we may hire you as a project manager, because you do have the experience. But it's not right now. It's not right now. Because usually, to be very honest with you all, is that right after Chinese New Year, the industry actually will slow down a bit, because everyone is rushing to renovate before Chinese New Year. Right after Chinese New Year, a lot of times the renovation industry is slowing down. For us, we are still alright. That means for the month of January and Feb, we already have our own sales accomplished. So we have projects ongoing. So we are not at the stage whereby we won't have projects to do. But at the same time, we are also not at the stage whereby I can hire another PM, another project manager to come in and just sit there. The people who we want to come in will be my assistant designer. How come we need assistant is that I realize a lot of my time is stuck at areas where we can let my assistant help. Okay, I share with you a real life example. Recently, because of the moving of the new office, we hire Feng Shui master. So I realized for the Feng Shui master setup, it's pretty much like us. It's very similar. It's like another type of interior design. How come? They will have their own drafter team, own design and drafter team to draft the floor plan, the layout that the Feng Shui master say this can put there, this can put there. It's very similar to interior design. They have their own admin to handle the first step of the inquiry, the sales inquiry that comes in. Then after that, they also require payment first, which is what we require also, same, very similar. Payment first, then can see master. So I'm like the feng shui master also in this case, the chief interior designer. So after they see the feng shui master for one round, he understands your needs already. The drafter teams will proceed to do all the work, and then feng shui master will come in and point here, point there, and then the final layout will be sent to you. And then if there changes, same thing. You don't get direct access to the feng shui master. It's through their group chat. So they have their admin that helps to liaise with their team. And then finally, when you need the feng shui master advice on certain thing, the team will ask the feng shui master. So technically, we don't have direct access to the feng shui guy. So if it works for him, it will work for us. But at the same time, the team has to be responsive enough and also have the basic knowledge to know that, okay, this is what have changed, what is the request from the homeowner or the tenant or whatever, because for feng shui sometimes it's tenant. Then from there, describe the problem to the feng shui master, then he will give you the advice, and then the drafter will change the drawings. For our case, we're very nice to the guy because we don't want to waste time. We actually draw ourselves, we draw the drawings ourselves, and the changes we also change, and then we send him for him to quickly see and give us the advice accordingly. In fact, our office area, we went through about 5 rounds of changing. For our level 2 meeting room area, we went through also about 4 to 5 rounds of changing. So it is not easy when you design a commercial space, especially one that wants to last through many years, because you don't want to build something, then tear it down, build something and tear it down. And yeah, this is some things that we want to learn from the setup from the feng shui guy. So he's also a very popular master, just like as we are very popular. We are very thankful for all the fans, and I won't hold you on for too long. For those that don't know who we are, I'm Rhys. I'm a 3rd generation carpenter. We don't just do carpentry now. We are a full-fledged renovation company. One of the reasons why we become full-fledged is mainly because when we were carpenters, we realized that the designers or people drawing the drawings are not very technical or very detailed or able to see all the problems. Like for example, when the cabinet door opens, it hits the fan. Then with all these things, we realized it's better to be our own so-called from head to finish. We consult customers, we design, we draw ourselves, and then finally we build the carpentry ourselves. That way you minimize the middleman, you also minimize having mistakes from lost in translation. That means you don't know what the homeowner wants, you anyhow draw, and then we build anyhow, everything anyhow, then homeowner is angry. So we don't want that to happen anymore. That's why we have our own team. And with that, if you want to engage with us, you want us to become your interior designer, your renovation contractor, or your carpenter, you can WhatsApp to us at 9007 3368. WhatsApp to us at 9007 3368. Then you can come for our sales event and see our team, because now we don't go and do so-called one-to-one consultation without coming to our event. Main thing is also because we are really popular. If I still go back to the one-to-one consultation without at the sales event, we will go back to the queue, which is 6 weeks long. We don't want to do that because 6 weeks queue is very scary. With that, I'll wish you all a happy Chinese New Year, 恭喜发财, and have a blessed 身体健康. All the good words, 龙马精神, because the year of the dragon 嘛. All the nice wish for you all, and from there we hope that this year will be good, and for everyone, have a good Chinese New Year. Bye bye.